everybody. It's Suzi and Indiana and Arden. And we're here today to do some Doga. Come on back. Here we go. Come on. We're going to start today with our oming, and we're going to start with our lavender oil, okay? So we're going to put a little bit on our fingers. Come sit down. Come, baby. Good girl. Have a seat. So when we start yoga, we come to a seated position, sitting nice and upright. We take a little bit of oil and we put it on our hands, and then we give it a little bit to our cups so that they feel nice and relaxed. Here you go, nice. So big dogs can sit off to the side, little dogs can sit on top of you. Yoga is all about just being in the moment, being in peace, and letting your dogs feel your calm and you feeling their calm. So we'll take a moment to sit and relax. Start to tune into your breath in the nose, out the nose, in the nose, out the nose. And we'll take our pause into prayer. And then we say, Om. Nice. And if your dog was off to the side, you could come over to them. Nice. So we're going to start today with a nice meditation and a massage. So for the person, you can open up your legs. You can roll your shoulders. Your dog, roll their shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, Arden. Good girl. And if I had a big dog here, I can massage into their shoulders. If I could move around, and you can lightly lift up your dog and give them a little bit of a massage here. Oh, they're sweet. Indiana, you're sweet. And massaging, rubbing. We get into the third eye point. So there's chakras, which are these energy centers that run down a person's spine, and they also run down a dog's spine. There's one here at the third eye point, our all-knowing eye. It's really nice to do into the ears. We do a lot of reflexology, massaging into the paws. Good girl. Massaging into the jaw. Nice. And Arden's here. And Arden wants her little lift, inhaling and lifting the legs up. And I'll take a stretch for myself. So a stretch for you and a stretch for the dog, inhaling. Good job. And exhaling. I need to do my other side, so I'll come on over and I'll take an inhale up for Arden and an exhale down for me. Now, as you see behind us, I have a picture of Coley, who we dedicate our practice to every time. Namaste, Coley. He's the originator of Doga. He's my first dog. He passed away a couple months ago. Saddest time of my life. But yeah, Doga goes on. He helped create it 14 and a half years ago in New York City. Indiana, it's your turn. Let's use the dog now for a pose for the person. And then a pose for the dog. A nice leg stretch. Good girl. And a stretch for the person. And a nice leg stretch for the dog. I got the bottom two legs here. Nice, Indiana. Let's do a little bit out stretch. Good girl. And top legs, out stretch. Nice. And since Indiana's over here, we work with her there. I don't need to move her around. Okay. Nice. The dog could lay down the entire practice if we wanted to. I come around, it's time for Arden. And so little dogs can do a little bit of different moves. They inhale, lift up, helping me to get my back up and lifted. Nice. And then I do her back legs. You always want to be really supportive underneath them. Lifting, heart open. Good. Now I come into a pose for me. I cross over and roll forward, and I'm into my downward dog. And my upward dog. And then back to a child's pose. Sometimes called a puppy pose. And then we'll come back over here to Indiana. Nice. A good rubbing here. We can get into her tail. A little bit of shedding. Husky lovers out there, I'm sure you know about shedding. Okay, the chakras run all the way down into the dog's tail, all the way out. And there's a lot of acupressure points within the tail, within the ears, within the paws. And I'll come up and stretch my toes for a moment here, and I'll take a little dog and turn her around, sorry. Just use her here. Stretch back. Hope I'm not going out of frame. If I am, you know where I am. Good job. So, if you're new to Doga, take your time. Poses will come. I'm going to switch around, and I'm going to take a leg crossover for me, and I'm going to come over to Indiana. And we're going to do a little up and down stretch, down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Nice. And back leg down and up and down and up and stretch and up. And I rest. And then the person can come up and fingers face your toes, you can lift up. And then if you had a little dog that wants to sit up on top of you, maybe you can lift them up with you. It might have to be a one-arm move. Good girl. And you don't want to hurt yourself or your dog, so you want to always just be gentle on both of you guys. So we've got our big dog pretty relaxed today. She's just hanging out. I'm going to switch around and I'm going to move back to Arden, and we're going to roll down on our back for a moment, and we're going to do a flying angel pose. So we'll take Arden and we'll put her on our feet. And you want to be really careful. There you go. Right there. She's just resting. And we can do nice straight legs here if I can get the legs straight. Nice, Arden. Flying. A nice inversion for the dog to go upside down. It feels great on my back. I could bend the legs and then release her down and go right into a nice hip lift here. Good girl, Arden. And you can inhale and exhale up and down. That's it, relaxing. Coming back into a nice massage. So your massage can go through the entire practice. Inhale and lift up your hips. And exhale down. Inhaling. And exhaling. And so yoga is about being a partner yoga class for you and your dog. So it's not just for you, it's not just for your dog, it's for both of you together. We share the poses. Relaxing for a moment. Letting them feel your breath. Good. And then we'll roll over onto our side. And then coming up nice and easy. And back to a seated position. Good job. And Indiana, you want to come on over and do some sitting postures? Nice. So she can come to a seated position. I can come into a nice squat. Feet are wide. And we do an inhale, lifting of a leg, maybe a leg behind. I can do a nice stretch here. And a nice stretch for Indiana. Good girl. And then a nice stretch here, long legs. Thanks, Indy. And then a nice stretch for Indy. So you modify for your dog, you modify for yourself, you do a pose that's good for you, a pose that's good for them. After you do them once, then I can come over, I do my move, a downward dog, an upward dog, a downward dog. I come back into my wide squat, back to my dog, back to a nice massage. You organically create your class sometimes as the dog moves, you move. Back into the nice rubbing, a little stretching, stretch for me. Flipping over on your back, good girl. Nice long stretch over the head, good girl. Long leg stretch. Very nice, Indiana. And then I'm back to my spot. Hey, Arden's here. Good girl. Hey, Arden. It's great to have you. And we come back to where we were. You're so cute. We catch our breath. You can let the dog just relax in front of you as I move into a position for a person. Sometimes the poses are just with the dog relaxing in front and switching. And then Arden, she relaxed down on her belly or her back. Good girl. And we do her leg stretches. Nice. And the other leg stretch. Good girl. And nice booty. Relaxing. Inhaling. Exhaling. Very nice. Thanks, Arden. So we did a little bit of big dog work today. Nice good stretching. You see that you work with the dog as the dog is. Wherever they are, you can work with them rather than forcing them into any of the poses. It's not about manipulating until they're calm. It might be a one leg lift, stretching little circles, movement, rather than both legs up. It's all about where you and your dog are right now. We're going to read a little poem today from Guardians of Being, a Spiritual Teachings from Our Dogs and Cats by Eckhart Tolle, my favorite. It is wonderful to watch an animal because an animal has no opinion about itself. It is. And then there's 4 pictures here of a cat just sitting, a cat just sitting, a cat just sitting, and a cat sitting saying another perfect day. If only we could be as content as our dogs and our cats, as present and as in the now as animals can be. So Doga is about being in the now with your dog. It's a bonding experience. It's loving. It's sharing your mat. It's taking a moment away from any kind of stress you might have in your life. Slowing down and being in a happy, peaceful place. We'll finish like we do. Again, I'll just do a little bit of lavender oil. This is doTERRA, natural for people and dogs. On Arden's third eye point and on my third eye point, to add a little bit of extra aromatherapy. And we'll come down, and you could do, if you had a big dog, Indiana, you want to come back? Come on back. Come on back. So Indy's going to come back. Come back. She's nice and easy pull. You can lay down with your dog for your Shavasana. Next to them, you can curl up. Little gazing into each other's eyes. looking into each other's soul through our eyes. And a time to Om again. Inhale. And if you're not watching this live right now and you're tuning in later, you can take a moment to pause your video and relax for a few minutes here, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Otherwise, we'll slowly start to bring ourselves back up to a seated position. You can bring your dog back onto your lap if you'd like, or just leave your dog in front of you. And take a moment to thank yourself for coming to the mat today. Thank your dog for being in your life, for being your best friend, for always being there for you. We'll take our pause into prayer, and we will say, Namaste, everyone, which means I bow to the light in you, and you bow to the light in me. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.